Good morning, Slotheads. What's up? We got a special back to back. I don't know why Joe keeps messing with this in the
I didn't
background.
touch it. It's Raul.
Um, but but yeah, we're going back to back so we can get on a little bit better cadence. We've got some things coming up over the next couple. I've got some things coming up over the next couple of weeks that I realized I was going to have to miss like two or three in a row, and so we're going back to back so we can get on a better cadence. Appreciate you guys showing up. I've already got a good crowd going. Guys, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing
Saturday
good.
morning? Saturday morning cartoons?
Saturday morning's on a double Saturday. We got lucky.
Double Saturday, back to back?
No, it's good. I think we've been. I think it was a good. It was a good call. We do it back to back, and then we'll from here we'll start every second week, and then that way we can compensate. It also gives us a break. I think, and that was I think Raul. That was the original idea of switching, doing the offset for shenanigans. If I'm correct, you guys
Oh
wanted.
yeah, but we went back to our original.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
And
didn't work out. It's all good.
it's all good. Okay, so we'll take the charge and do it just because I mean this will probably happen again because Pete's schedule is forever changing.
It's a moving target.
It's all good. This week, nothing much. Just surviving the cold. Finally, cold is done. As far as slot car stuff goes, um, I went to go see my buddy Pierre again, and I had to go pick up another order for Carlos from Cyberg. He got those two Nincos, and I realized he has, and I got to see, which was really cool, some Ninco track, but original in the box. And he has one digital set, which I think is no longer. I mean, Ninco doesn't exist anymore, right? So he's got this digital set where he's got six pieces plus three controllers. You can put up to six or eight, which turns the Ninco track into digital. So it just comes with the switch lanes and a head unit, and that's how they did it. They just said, "Here, just add this to your track, and now it's digital, and you can switch." But I don't know if you can find those chips. That was something interesting. I'm actually talking with Tony Droney right now. We're discussing that back and forth, and he also had this. I should have put the pictures up. It was like a plastic, like a hard case suitcase, a hard case, which was like this big, huge, and it was called the Champion Series in it or something, and it was like, which was amazing because it all fit on I think it was a 4x8 table, and all in one suitcase already pre-built, and I'm like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen, and I'm like,
That's cool.
how do I put a Ninko track in my garage? And I'm like, no, okay, put it away. It's not gonna happen. Like,
Got one on the floor, you got one on the other side, go for the
no, in the
garage.
garage. I mean,
Any
I got a
clear
whole
space.
cold room that's sitting there just doing nothing, just storing. I got a backyard track, but I mean, it's cool because it's portable. So I was thinking like this could be a good way to bring a track somewhere else. And then Warren from My Tech Slots, Warren posts that he's got a polycard track, 4 lane for sale, and I'm like, that's the closest thing I'm going to get to Ernie's. So I mean, maybe I get that instead. I don't know. It's I'm going. I got track fever right now. I think I just got track fever. I don't know. It's we said nothing about tracks. We said no more slot cars, which I broke, and but now we didn't say anything about tracks. So
That was, yeah, did not specify. Did not talk about track. It's
no,
wide open.
and that's what's going on right now. I got a few cars I got to tune up, and got some questions about those. And I want to ask the chat, but that's it. That's what's going on in my week of slot cars. What about you, Raul? How you doing today?
I'm all right. All
Yeah.
right.
Good.
So,
How did
yeah,
your how
been
did
a
your
week.
week go
It's
with
been a week
the
of major highs and major lows, I guess.
mm,
So yeah, the high is uh, me and Mass turned an idea into reality. The low is the loss of somebody very important to the Slockout community.
Yeah.
So and very important to me as a friend.
mm,
Um, but yeah, so highs and lows in both in the same week. Very high, very low, and yeah, still dealing with that. But yeah,
and of course the
Yeah.
whole community? We know what exactly. We know the loss of Pat definitely did affect everybody. whether you knew him or not. You're seeing it on the Facebook, you're seeing it on the YouTube, and I think that it's quite amazing. I didn't know him personally, so I just but everyone's tributes so far has allowed me. Sorry, I'm joking about it, but has allowed me to get to know him, which I think it's really great that everyone is stepping forward and doing that just to honor him. It's a Slav brother. We lost a Slav brother, and he definitely brought a lot of positivity to the channel, to the community, not the channel, but to the community.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. So, and
The tributes, the posts, the video compilations, the messages, the everything has been that's been really cool. Um, and it just proves how much he brought everyone together. Like, this is a good man. Lots of good man.
yeah, I'm just happy and so proud of the community itself for coming forward. We had Fox and Walls come to us, and Pete, you created that the tribute on the Discord, and I was like, hey man, of course, and we spoke about that, and I'm like, there's no way I wouldn't allow that. Like it's great. That's for the community. The Discord is there for the community. If anybody wants to add anything or do anything, and not just about Pat, but that's what the Discord is there. It's built for the community by the community, and Pete and I just run it because it's just a lot easier if we got 2 heads instead of 20. But if you guys have anything you want to talk about, you want to just dedicate a section for like, I have an obsession for blue cars only. I want my own section for blue cars. Hey, we'll try it. I'll make your own category, and people who love blue cars can go there as an example, right? Like I'm just saying. Um, but the how it's bringing people together, I think is really great, and that's it, Raul. Sorry, I didn't mean to steal it from you, Raul.
Still what?
No, if you had more to say or whatnot, if you want to, because I'm really interested also in the mini grids. I want to ask you some questions about that. Your new
I I said this to Pete, and I'm gonna say it again. I think um, I will miss Pat the most every morning because ever since he got, I got to know Pat before he got diagnosed, and we used to send messages to each other. Now saying this to Pete, I think a lot of people will have the same thing that they'll say is, I text him and he would voicemail me back, like and send the voice message back. And the night that I heard, I went through and I took all his voice recordings and I added them all into one file. So I'd always have Pat in my ear because every morning when I used to wake up, Pat would have already sent me, or he would, like we were like behind, right? So he'd always say good morning to me every other day or whatever it was, because ever since he got diagnosed, I talked to him pretty much every other day or every day, and he always, his good morning, the way the Aussies do it, is always special, and I'll miss that probably the most of anything. Just having his voice in my ear, but I do have it now. Whenever I want, I can play it, and
Yeah, that's really
so
special.
I'm
That's cool.
very grateful for that. Um, the best thing we can do for Pat is to never let his voice ever die. His channel is still out there. Go subscribe to it. Go watch that man, because that man brought people together from day one.
Yeah.
He was selfless with that, and he did it with a smile every day. No matter how hard it was, or no matter whatever, he was always positive. And I think that's what we should take away from it is his positivity and his selflessness towards everyone in this hobby or in life in general. I think that's the lesson we take away from Pat. And his channel's still out there. I advise everyone to go subscribe to it. Let him live on, because that's what YouTube is, right? It's one of the reasons I have a YouTube channel is for the legacy of for my kids when I'm no longer here, and for the community when I'm no longer here. Maybe if I'm anything, but I think that's what we can do for Pat, right? There you go.
Absolutely. Amen, brother. Amen. Thank you.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
100%.
Should we say hi to the chat real quick?
Let's do it.
We always forget to do that. I always
Yeah.
forget to do that.
Let's do it.
Greg was here bright and early. Thanks, Greg. We got Chris Patowski, White Wolf, Warren. Thank you, sir.
How you doing?
There they are. Fox and Wolves. Thanks for joining us this morning. The the troopers, the all night YouTube watchers. Jen's here. Thanks, Jen. Thanks for being the upstairs moderator. HSF. Thanks for coming. Easy E. Appreciate it.
I just want to say something about
Go ahead.
HSF, guys. I've been watching his video. If you have not seen HSF's track, it is fantastic. It is huge, and he's got some Revo slots on there, and he's got some NSRs, and he's testing, and it's really great. And he's tuning his cars. Some really great content. HSF. If you guys haven't checked him out, please do. Please do. You will not regret it. There you go. Sorry, I had to say that because
Right.
I've been
No,
on a
I like
HSF
it.
binge.
I like it. G Money Smackdown.
Hey, Gerard.
Thanks for joining us, Gerard. He's
Frank and
all
Stock
in.
Controllers. Remind me later.
No. No. I'm distracted.
Sorry.
Maurice MB, thanks for coming, buddy. Douglas, good morning. Slot Journal, thank you. Big Oak, Mike, thanks for coming, buddy. Let's see. Other Mike, Fenton Mike. Hey, I got this. He came by the booth at the swap meet last week, gave me
Oh,
a
yeah.
sticker.
Nice.
Pretty cool. Appreciate that, brother.
Bro, you've got a Milwaukee gang happening now. You got the Milwaukee clique. How many people are like?
It's not Milwaukee, Joe. It's not Milwaukee. That's St. Louis.
Yeah,
Mike's in
aren't
St.
you-
Louis. I'm not.
Missouri. Sorry, not Milwaukee. The Missouri clique. Sorry.
It's not.
I was doing power tools in the shed before. I just got Milwaukee in my head. That's why we'll say that.
Okay.
Sorry, you got the Missouri clique going. How many people are from
Yeah, we
Missouri?
do. We got a St. Louis metro area going very well. Well, and White Wolf is Missouri too. Yeah, we're coming around.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. Who else?
Sorry.
Who else did I miss? I think.
Doug Berber's here.
What? Track fans! UK Pete is here. Doug's here. Who else do I got? Whitman FT.
Women FD. How you doing?
It's a new one.
Thanks for joining, guys.
Amanda. That's Amanda and Quinn. That's
Nice.
my swap meet buddies. I went over and checked out Quinn's track last weekend after the swap meet. Super cool layout, super cool decorations. I had a lot of fun. Thanks for having me, guys. Really appreciate that. And yeah, I think we're caught up.
Awesome.
How about that?
It's good. It's good. No crazy. Easy has a nice thing to say here. This community makes it worth being in the hobby. Each and every one of you I've taken and met have changed my mind, made me believe there was still good people in the world. Easy E, thank you for your kind words. I'm glad that every one of us plays a part, whether it's making a YouTube channel, whether it's just hanging out with us, whether you're on the Discord, whether you're meeting people or not. You're doing it for your son. Your son's there. It's great to have some young slot car guys hanging around, playing, hanging out and just playing with us and keeping us young too. So I think that's great. If you haven't checked out Easy E's channel, by all means, go there. He's got this really cool track that he whips around with his son, and it's just a great time. And that's it, man. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So was Amanda at the last swap meet that you did, Pete? That you saw?
Yeah, that's where I met him. We were shopping through. There's this one guy that's always at the swap meet. He's got these like stacked up things. I think his name is like Justin Time Slot Cars or something. He does a lot of swap meets.
Okay.
And he's got like these stacks of shelves, bunch of slot cars. And I'm sitting there shopping through and looking at slot cars, and I hear them standing right next to me, and they're kind of asking each other questions, but I could kind of tell that they were like not sure about the answer and were a little hesitant. And so I just as I sometimes do, just butted right in and started telling them everything, spilling every little bit of knowledge that I could possibly spit at them. And then, and yeah, I think shortly after that, they went and got a starter set. And a year later, he's like, winning races at his club and and racing, and he's like he was at their club was at the swap meet this time, and he's manning the table all day long. He came by to say hi. It was great. It was like 1 year ago I met him, and this year it's like, I mean, you know more about stock cars than I do now. Like, this is crazy. It was very cool to catch back up with them and hang out and see their track and their beautiful home. It was really really nice to have them invite me over. So, and I might even join that club. We'll see.
Oh,
They do a lot of analog racing, and my thing for a long time, Joe,
whoa.
is that I don't want to do analog at all. But
We
we'll
got it
see.
there, guys. Pete is almost taking out his magnets, and now he's going to join analog. Here we go. The
No, my
evolution's happening.
magnets are hot. My magnets are super glued in. They ain't never coming out.
Time will tell. Put a marker today.
Yeah, flag on the calendar. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool group of people that rotate around every week and go to different home tracks and race. And I'm part of their little club now on Facebook, and so I'm gonna try to make it to one. Yes, Amanda, send me a note this afternoon. I want to know where the race is tomorrow night. I might stop by just to say hello. I don't think I'm gonna race, but he should be proud of his track. It's rad. It's really cool. And I'm terrible at this. The same thing happened when I went to go visit Maurice, and same thing happened when I went to go visit Dan Curry. Is I go see these tracks, and I'm such in awe and chatting and all that, and I forget to take any pictures or any video or anything to show it off every single time. So it's just an excuse to come back and see it again. But yeah, that's how I'm at.
No, that's awesome. I mean, what you don't want to do is you don't want to do what I did. My mistake when I went to Raul's place, on that track, which was awesome. I raced it so hard that Raul felt so bad. He's like, I can't race this track anymore. Joe ruined it for me because he's just so good on it, and he took it down, right? So you guys don't want to do that. You don't want to go to someone's house and destroy them.
Wait. Back a track a bit.
Anyways, Pete, how was it?
Wait. 1 second. Stay right there. Are you saying that you influenced my track decisions?
Dude, you took it down because you saw how good I was getting on your track.
Joe, let me tell you something. The only thing that you've ever done that has surprised and shocked me on my track is being able to come off with so much force that you crack a piece of track. That's the only thing.
I knew that was coming.
That's the
I knew
only
it was coming.
thing. That's the only thing that I've ever been in awe of you on my track. Only thing. As for you even coming close to beating me on my track, that is like, I think the last time we raced it was a 4-lap deficit. So, I mean,
Yeah, but that's because Massimo was there and I was in awe and I was just so happy and I wanted to watch him race. I was distracted.
So anyway, not to burst your bubble or anything.
No, just burst it.
There's nothing that you did on my track that has me in awe except for that one thing. Until to this day, no one, and I mean no one, has ever repeated that feat ever again.
Well, yeah, because you took it down. You're like, oh, Joe saw the flaws in my track.
Like I've never seen anyone out of your track. Go off with so much force to crack the track.
I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. I've got the bell in my hand.
Right. You cracked the digital track. You crack the double lane crossover. Who can crack that much
garbage?
Who can crack that much of plastic? I have no idea. Anyway,
okay,
that's why Dragon's Tail it does not exist.
It's gone.
Yeah,
because you broke it.
You broke it,
not in a good way.
Yeah. Anyway,
hey, we got Bobcat from Bobcat Tires showed up. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
Oh yeah,
Bobcat Slots.
Good morning. I've been shopping your tires. I'm switching to urethanes. I got them on this car right now.
There you go.
I'm in the process.
Trader.
What do you mean, trader?
Speaking of, I got a couple questions.
Yeah.
Speaking of tires, right? So, like, this is the car. Joe, we've been running some experience. This is the one I've been just bombing around the track. Ton of laps over the last couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
My front tires, and there's no way you're going to be able to see that. they have this like weird shine, almost like sticky.
Okay.
And I like wipe it off, and then like a couple laps later, it's got this weird like film on them again. It's
I,
like sticky.
I know where you're going with this, but
No, honestly, I don't know what it is.
I
Is
don't
it the
know.
silicone funk that is left behind on my track?
There's no film on silicone. I know you were saying that. Oh, here's silicone
It
tires.
is.
Oh.
There is. There
It
is.
is. It is.
There
It
is.
can be. I don't have that on my cars.
Yeah, whatever. That's because you run silicone all the time.
No, I'm also mixing. I'm running silicone, soft rubber,
But I
and
can. I
foam.
mean, I can see
Anyway,
the. I can see the
we're
tire
not
marks.
we're not gonna get into the silicone
No,
urethane.
but hold on. But Pete has a good point.
I am.
You're telling me
I don't
there's
know
no
what it is.
oils and substances that come off silicone? It's just perfect.
No, well, I haven't experienced that, and I run silicone.
Silicone does have an oily finish because
I
the
didn't
cat-
experience it until I started switching,
it's
and so I
because silicone
stopped
probably
using
pulled
switch.
it off right when you're running,
Yeah.
whereas urethane does not because urethane lays down. So it's probably as it's laying
Uh,
down, it's like that silicone that's left on that grease filament is coming off the track.
so I just need a deep. I'm just gonna deep clean the whole track. All right.
Yeah. Try steam.
I mean, yeah. So Bob says fresh silicone will off gas and have an
Yeah.
oily release. Okay, fair
Yep.
enough. I think I want to go more with slot journals, and I think this is what's happening really to you, Pete. I mean, just clean.
It's actually Joe sent me some maple syrup, and that's what I clean it with. So.
That American corn syrup.
um,
Um,
and then
I
one other
wouldn't put
weird
it.
tire
I wouldn't
thing.
put anything that Joe sent me on your track, by the way.
He impregnated that car he sent me. Impregnated the tires with maple syrup, and that's why it's sticky. Okay, I get it.
there was a syringe.
Not an idea will go there. You went.
Hey, that's a good way to bring maple syrup across the border. Actually, I didn't think about that.
Injected into slot car tires. You gotta avoid the tariffs. um,
Harry showed up. Harry, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
the other weird one. So I bought this. My dad got this for me for my birthday, right? And I started using stock tires and sanding those down until I order urethanes for them. Super cool. And you probably won't be able to see which tire is it. It's this. Oh my god.
Good. Yeah,
Not like
there's like a double layer shine there.
yeah. There's like a. It's like every time I sand it just a little bit, it's almost like a whole layer peels off the tire, and then I sand it down so it's close. You know, I run it a little bit further, and then as soon as it's almost gone, another layer pops. Like, what in
That's
the-
on that's on Bobcat or that's on original tires.
stock tires. Stock tires.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't have-
okay. I was about to say
I don't have
Bobcat
replacement.
tires don't do that.
No. It's just weird. Yeah, that's a weird one.
Oh, it's I because the way these tires disintegrate, I've had a few of them disintegrate on me, and they come off in layers. You can see that it's their process, it's their synthetic process that's horrible. It's just
Yeah, it's
full
weird.
chemical. So it's probably the way it was pressed, and either you go with an actual truer to get it more precise, or try a different piece of sandpaper. I don't know. I think it's just defective.
No, I just ordered urethanes for them.
There you go.
I'm
That's
just swapping.
you know, they're hit or miss,
All
right?
right.
Pure tires are hit or miss.
Yeah, not the end of the world. I was just kind of bummed because I was so excited to race this thing, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna flatten those tires a little bit, and then, oh crap! Now it's just been sitting in my little parking lot for a couple weeks.
There you go. Nice. Yeah, those 320s, they're
Just
nice.
beauty. Love those headlights. I mean, I just love that car.
Yeah.
And then this is the other one I got at the same time, the Capri. I love that car too. Oh,
Not a Ford guy, but yeah, they look great. They look great.
I sold Fords for a while.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, at a Ford dealership. I did.
How did that go?
Not so well. I was I did all right at it, but was not for me.
Not for you. Oh my goodness. So Raul, speaking of swap meets, which actually there's one April 5th, not close to me, but I'm thinking of going. But as far as events go, how did your mini grids event go with Raul? That video you put out,
Yeah.
if you guys haven't seen it, please go to Raul's channel and check it out. Um, how was that experience? How was the reception of the people?
Uh, well, it was good. Like, you know, when I went to LA last year with Mass, when we went to Electric Dreams, we were sitting outside after one of the nights. I think it was after the finals, and the final finished so late, and we had gone to across the street at our hotel to get some food, and sitting with me, Pete, Massimo was sitting on a bench outside, and we were started talking about what could we do. Like what we, Mass and I, we always wanted to have a club. We always wanted to have like
Yeah,
a little club where we don't want to sell slot car stuff, right? Like I mean, that's
Yeah.
not what we want to do. We wanted to like bring people together, have a community, have a place where you could come, chill, have a cup of coffee, have a club racetrack in the back, like really a club experience. Have some board games, like that kind of thing. Like
Clubhouse. Yeah.
clubhouse,
Yeah.
yeah. So we're talking about that, and we really wanted to make it happen. So when we came back, we looked into it, and obviously, the cost of something like that in Toronto is crazy. And we were like, kind of bummed out. And then, we're like, well, how do we do slot cars? Like, how do we build something? And we're like, well, why don't we just like, well, I said, I have 850 feet of track. Like, why don't we just start renting the stuff out? Because I was like, what else can you do with it? I have like 12 digital CUs. I have like it's stupid the amount of stuff I have, Carrera wise.
You said
So
it, not me.
so so we sat down, we talked about it, and like me and Mass, we talked about a lot of things. We just forgot about it, but somewhere along the line, Massimo, and I want to give a huge shout out to the real genius behind all of this. It's not me, and it's not Mass. It's Massimo's girlfriend, Serena. All right, because Massimo just mentioned it to her once, and now Serena is a go-getter, and she's in the events industry.
yes.
And
Oh.
all of a sudden, I got a text message saying, "Oh, I got you a booking." Booking for what?
Oh.
And we at that time I still had my big track up and everything, and she's like, "Oh, I got you a booking," and Massimo was like, "You did what?" Because we were like in shock because we talked about it, but we had never really planned it out properly, right? So, uh, Serena, we call her the boss, and rightly so, because this would, as much as we are soccer enthusiasts, as much as we do, like, as much as I'd like to say I'm good at business or whatever, we needed her to really kick this into high gear, and she
Yeah.
did.
Give
The
you that
event
nudge.
that we the yeah the and then how this event came about was I said to Serena when we're sitting down, I was like, I have no footage, I have no, like, how do we express this to people? We've never done this before, we have no footage,
Hmm.
we've never done an event, right? So she's like, oh, so what we need is a test event. I was like, yeah, we need a couple of test events, I said, because
Yeah, yeah.
we want to get
Dry
into it.
runs.
So and that was it. That's all we said. And then the next thing we know is we booked the test event, and that was right. And in the meantime, I had to like take down my track, get the standard. So the one thing that we wanted was standardization, right?
Hmm.
So we standardized it to full white tables, and so I had to break down. I broke down my track because Massimo's track is just too beautiful for us to touch. It's just got too much history and too much beauty in it. So I took down the track. I built out on full white tables what a track would look like, and then we replicated that and we took that to the event.
It looks
And
so cool. I was telling you this earlier that like in that video, it does not look like it's a portable track. It looks like it's a super well thought out, well designed, clean looking track. Like if I walked into that room, I'd be like, "Oh man, they have this thing all the time." It I was very impressed because that's been always been my thing is whenever I've seen portable tracks, whenever I've seen them at events, that sort of thing, it's like they're on plastic tables and it's just a plastic track clicked together and it's held up by God knows what and all that. And And when I saw that video, I was like, "Oh, that's rad. That is like that's a serious looking thing." But also, you can tell just being a slot car guy, knowing those track pieces, like you can tell that like yeah, I bet they can break that down in like half an hour, put it in a box, and get it back in the truck or the van or whatever. I was like, I was impressed. It looked
Yeah.
really good. And then of course you shooting all the cinematic video of it
Yeah.
was like, yeah, okay, that sells it too.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, so talking about video, I actually shot very little.
okay,
I'll be so okay. So my mojo for shooting is back. Serena
good.
forced me to bring one of my pro cameras. I haven't pulled my pro camera out in months.
Okay.
Right, they've just been sitting in their boxes, and I have a lot invested in my cameras, but I haven't pulled out my pro camera in months. And so Serena, who shoots a lot of events, and she shoots on her phone, just like Mass,
Yeah.
and she just got an Osmo Pocket 3, and they're still learning how to like they don't shoot as much. So she was really wanted to shoot with my pro camera.
Okay.
So I brought it out, and everything, all the slow motion, which I normally shoot with another very small camera that I have,
Right.
I actually shot that all with my pro camera. So there's a little bit of flickering and stuff, which I because obviously we're not shooting in a controlled lighting environment.
Yeah.
So when you saw the slow motion, there's a little bit of flicker that I didn't like. But you know, but
I didn't
Surrender
notice.
shot a lot of the video
That's cool.
because I was busy. Like the cool thing that we wanted to do here, and I think as we're developing this out, is formatting. How do we run formatting and racing for
Yeah.
people, right? Digital racing.
Mhm.
So, and the cool thing now is that I'm actually building like a web dashboard where we run heats. Four people race per heat, but you get put into this dashboard and you run it. So let's just say the event is for 4 hours. First 3 hours just heats, four car racing heats, right? And then at the end, at about with 45 minutes to go, the top four will race for the first, second, third,
That's
right?
cool.
And
Yeah.
and so you can race as many times as you want. You can come as many times as you want to run heats, but the last four is just the top four people that are on the leaderboard in terms of.
Yeah.
To,
And then
but
they're
you
head to
can
head.
have multiple winners in the night because every race there's a winner. You're still racing
Oh. Yeah.
heat,
Cool.
right? Every heat is
Yeah.
a race. It's a four-man race every time, but we record all your fastest lap times and everything, and then the top four will race at the end. And the cool thing about that is I can build, I can build the dashboard for that. And the cool thing about this is you can expand this. Let's just say you have a dealership which has multiple like locations. You could actually have the track go around to all the different dealerships, run the heats at all the different dealerships, and then have a championship for the dealership, right?
Ah,
To
yeah,
Wow.
that's cool.
kind of
Yeah.
stuff like that, right?
Yeah,
So
that's
and then
cool.
and then every dealership can see that because all online.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So something like that. So
Yeah, no, I died when I saw that one.
yeah.
Uh,
We don't even need to say it. We'll just put it up there.
Yeah, once again, that's what all Serena's doing too. She's like, we need to have some female content in here,
I
and
think it was, I think it was smart. I mean, it was good to see the place. We had talking about it before. I mean, it sounds like a great way to get people to continually come to the table and like just like an arcade to be like, okay, who's got the top score? Okay, I'm good for now. You come back. It brings people back to the booth, right? So you're getting your money's worth. You're getting people racing, so the booth never seems empty. Because at an event or marketing, if you go to a booth and no one's ever at that booth, you're like, why is no one at that booth? But if there's constant people there, people want to go to where the crowd is, right? They will say, hey, what's happening here? Oh, and everyone's coming to compete. And then after the last four, because you gotta hold your place basically, right? You can compete and then you can get knocked out. So you gotta come back and put your time back on there, which I think is super smart. And then, that being said, it was good how you guys filmed it, what I got out of it. And like you were saying, yeah, those have some, obviously slot cars are not, very doesn't attract too much of the female crowd, but now with the F1 and whatever. So I think it was very smart the two. I imagine they were girlfriends of guys that were there or significant others. And no, it was nice. It was nice how you incorporated them. It was a quick shot, and it was good to see. It was good. It was good diversity. And I think Pete and I have the same question. Where, what
Yeah.
palace were you in?
What is this fancy place that they let you in?
What castle that there's no way they would let me in? How
Yeah.
did you guys get in there?
Well, this is a Venetian banquet hall, so it's
Oh.
where it's well, the owner of that
Go big
banquet
or go
hall,
home, eh?
the owner of the banquet hall, he actually came out to run some races,
Oh,
and
cool.
all he said was, I remember when he put the control down, he doesn't speak a lot of, speaks more Italian, I think, than English, but all he says to all he says to Massimo is like, and he walks away. There was not much left to say after
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Like,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, he says like nobody's seen something like that before, and that is
Pretty
something
cool.
that
Yeah.
will catch their attention. Yeah. Did you get a banquet while you were there? Well, yeah. Well, we had food and we had stuff as well. Uh, uh,
That's that's really
well, we
cool.
do have an event coming up. We do have a bachelor party that we're booked for already. So that will be a real event. So we'll see how we do then.
Oh, so you're setting up a racetrack at a strip club or what?
Don't say that. Jen will never let me go to Toronto again.
Yeah, I didn't say anything about that.
Uh, some
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, yeah. No worries.
some big bachelor party that's happening that they want the track there.
A
Uh,
bachelorette.
That's cool.
bachelor,
Oh,
bachelor,
bachelor. Okay, sorry. I heard
bachelor.
bachelor.
Yeah, so we have a booking for that. So we'll
That's
see.
cool.
Also,
That's a
the dry
fun.
run was there's a company that does stags and does, and they wanted to see what the track would look like, and they wanted they want us to talk about maybe marketing that whole project for us as well. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes. It was the first step.
Yeah, that's cool.
I just
Yeah.
want
That
to,
sounds like fun.
you know, Whiteman FT. Where can I get the magnets? Carrera misplaced and took out. If Greg is on, I know he's got a bunch that he wanted to send me back in the day. I'm sure there's a bunch of us. I mean, depending on how many you want, shoot me an email. I'll put those in an envelope for you. I'm sure people close by will also do that. I got the Carrera magnets right here. I got a couple extra ones for sure that you can easily have, no problem. But there is a place when I was putting extra magnets in cars that when I first started it, it's K&J Magnets Incorporated. There you go. New World for the strongest magnets. I had a couple because I wanted to strategically place them in the cars when I first started experimenting with stuff, and they come in little packs like this, and they've got everything. You just need to get the right Carrera size. Okay, they're kind of stuck together, and that's it. So the magnets are easily found. I don't worry about the Carrera stuff. I'm sure people instead of paying for them, I'm sure people would gladly, for the cost of 45 cents to send it to you in your area. I'm sure someone would in an envelope send you some magnets. If not, email me. I'll send them to you, brother. All good. All good. Cool. All right, Raul. That's awesome. And so you guys are running. Those are 124s. Those were not 132s.
Yeah. But
That's
so we have standardization. So
okay.
what you saw there was our basic track. So it's our basic track. If you want to step up, we actually, and I was telling this to Pete, like we have a way that that track can expand to 40 or 50 feet or come back down to only like 10 feet because if you notice the middle of that track is just standard. It's just
All
four
straights.
straights. So you
Yeah.
can actually take that and expand it out, and go like 20 feet long, still keep the width, and just have a longer track and a lot more speed. So like yeah, we built it so that it can expand and collapse, but we also are building other tracks. So the way it starts is normally when you buy the base model, it comes only with 132nds, but if you step up, you can get up into 124s, and then if you step up again, you can get into Formula Ones. We're actually doing Formula One rentals. So
Oh,
we've
my heart.
invested.
Oh my goodness.
we've invested a lot into the 132nd Formula Ones, so we can actually offer that, but it comes at a premium price because it is
Yeah,
expensive. You guys understand. You
Yeah.
understand the price of those cars anyway. So, but we
And they're
wanted to offer
fragile.
that. And then the cool thing is, like, we actually offer you a selection of packages of car types that you want to race with. So you can actually customize what we bring to your event. So if you want to just run GT3, yes. If you want to run old Le Mans, we actually do that as well. Stuff
That's
like that. So we have a
um,
chip series of cars that we will be bringing to the table.
Mhm.
Um,
very cool.
yeah,
Hey, PNW, thanks for showing up, buddy. Good to see you. And
That's
then,
very cool.
yeah, dude, I was just like, when I saw the 124s and I saw that yellow DHL Ferrari, slow mo,
you like the slow mo, don't you?
I was like, yeah, it was awesome, but I was also like, you're letting strangers touch those 124s. Like, you can't find that DHL hardly anywhere, right?
Well, we invested a lot. We
Dude,
brought
you're
in a
playing with
lot of
fire.
cars.
Playing with fire. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Okay.
but 124 is my
Don't
new
let Joe
passion.
rent it.
No, because I'd be like, hey guys, how's it going? Walk right out.
Exactly. Yeah. You need a triple deposit down for Joe if he's renting it.
Yeah, it's okay. You remove all the spoilers, you remove all the side view mirrors, and let them run. That's just the way we do it because, yeah. Otherwise, yeah, it's a lot of. It's painful. Like when the cars launch off the table. We had it. We had it happen twice at
Okay.
the event, only twice.
Only.
But
That's not bad.
that was all because and it was actually the same person that did both times,
Mm.
and yeah, but it was okay.
You're running mags though, right? You're running mag with magnets.
It's just stock.
Yeah, stock.
All the cars that running there were stock with stock tires and everything, straight out of the box. Brand new cars out of the box, straight on the table. That's how we run. Yeah,
cool.
do we want to tune them? Yes, I have bags of Paul Gauge 124 tires now, so we will start tuning the cars and getting them ready. The way we want to run it is that the full cars that run in the final, I never run the whole night except for the final. So they're like staged and then the showcase. So
Mm.
at the end of the night, if you're part of the top four, you get to run one of those cars. But during the qualifying, we just run whatever cars we have there. So probably those cars will get more
Stop.
and more
Oh,
beaten up.
I'll keep putting it back up. I saw what you did.
So far, Jen, like I said, the only person that has amazed me with his ability to break a track is Joe. So, and I'm not talking about breaking a track record. No.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I've dropped the pieces on my concrete floor and haven't broken them.
Oh yeah. Also, another thing is we had the speed dialed way down.
yeah.
Okay.
So at the end of the night, one of the guys was feeling really cocky. He was like, "Oh yeah, the car's so easy." I'm like, "All right, well, we're gonna try them at full speed." Yeah. Then he was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is a lot tougher." But you know
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
You start to appreciate it a lot more.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it's interesting.
What speed did you put it at for them?
I think it was at 3 or something. It was way down.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
7
like
volts. Nice.
2.5, 3. Right?
7 volts. Yeah.
7 volts. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been experimenting.
You're used to that, right, Joe?
Ironically, lately, yes.
Well, it's actually interesting because I started messing around with with my power supply,
Oh
and
God.
because there's myself and also Mike from Big Oak and anybody else who has a switch box, and I wanted to kind of bring this up too. Um, Anybody with a power supply, so yourself included, Raul, when you actually do the Carrera 14.8 volts with the regular brick, and you put a voltmeter to the track, actually, Mark from Slot Journal could probably help me out with this, and you put volts to the track, it's never actually 14.8, it's 13 point something. Why are you laughing?
You know why I'm laughing? Because I watched your stupid video on tire temperatures.
I do want to talk about that. I do
And I
want to
was
talk.
like, I was
Thank you
like,
for bringing that up
I was
because I need
like,
to
I was
talk about
like,
that.
you know,
I
the
need to
one
talk
thing
about
that you need to do, Joe, is you need to get a fucking white lab coat,
Yeah.
right? and
You need
become
to have a
the
sterile
stock
room.
car science guy,
Oh my god.
right? Because I was like, what in the God's name is happening right now? Is this
I love
guy?
that you. Yeah, let's just talk about it because it was hilarious. I thought it was hilarious.
I'm
That
like,
you're like,
what?
okay,
Classic.
I'm a
I'm
few
trying to talk
laps
about
in.
something
Let's check
serious, and
it.
you
And it's
guys
like,
railroad me.
it's still 22 degrees. I'm like, huh,
Not
weird.
only that, like I didn't know where he was pointing to in that video.
Well,
I
It
was
was
like,
really
It was
hard to
hard
see.
to show. It was hard
what
to show.
point was he pointing at? Like I had no
What is
idea.
it that you're
And then
using? Is it like an app for your phone?
no, it's like
So no, hold on. I'll get
it's
it.
a scope. It's a scope. But the funny thing was, I was like, next he's gonna build a wind tunnel, and he's not gonna build. He's not gonna buy one. He's gonna build his own
Yeah.
because
Well,
he's
it's
gonna have
funny.
to
I just
prove
saw one. Yeah.
aerodynamically what's the difference in the car.
Yeah.
Wait, I heard wind tunnel. I heard wind tunnel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so there's
did.
this
Yeah.
wind tunnel. There's actually this wind tunnel you can buy for your model cars that I thought was
Yeah. I saw it
really
on
really cool.
Facebook.
Yeah. That's. I think Warren I thought was. I don't want to quote that, but I think he said he might start stocking those because he builds nice cases. So this was actually it's called iRay in INF iRay, and there's an app that you download with it. It's just a little um, infrared USB thing. You have to be very careful not to put your oil on the sensor.
Get out of
Okay,
here. You
and
know that they said in Canadian Tire, they have that little thing that's just a little laser that you point, you press
That's what
the
I was
button,
gonna say. Why
and it
didn't you
comes
use
up
that?
with a temperature.
Yeah,
And we
the
use that
infrared
in
laser.
racing. Like I still have one. We
no,
use it in racing all the time to take we take our measurement of the outside edge all the way middle and then the inside edge of the tire after we finish a lap on the track to see where the tire is actually sitting and riding.
when you hook this up, I don't care about that. When you hook this up, okay. First of all, this isn't mine. This was lent to me by someone at work. So again, the whole magic of work. Uh, Looking through it in the app and going through the different palettes of different colors, um, it's neat because it's meant for home, right? You have like cold air coming in, you want to check your home and whatever. It
Yeah,
comes on a
I
little
get that.
USB. You stick it to your phone and you just check it. I just put it like that. I couldn't get it on the 3 Minute Thursday without having to make my own video about it and film it and then import it. And I said, let me just try to this fast. So it was hard to manipulate the phone for the static camera and to put the sensor on it. That's why my hand was moving around a lot. But
No, I totally understood
but
why.
there's an
But I
X.
was like,
What do you mean?
I would have just used
I'm
the
still
laser
not
gun.
understanding what you're trying to prove.
I wasn't trying to prove anything. This is my backyard science. I'm just saying how many laps does
That's
it
what I'm
actually take to
saying. Like
warm up the car?
instead of saying box, what's in the box, that segment, just replace it with stock car science guy. Because, yeah, that's what you are right now. Like,
And it
I'm
is like saying it's backyard science is
Yeah.
like it's probably like back alley science to be
Back alley. That's okay. Yeah,
like let's be clear.
right next to the
Like,
dentist. So you got the dentist. And then
backyard
you got
science is like, oh,
backyard
let's build a toy rocket. This is like weird.
Well, he
Yeah,
kind of does
you don't
that
want
with
people
that
to see it.
That power supply. Have you put the wires away still, or is it still open to the element?
I'm getting there. I'm busy.
Yeah, it's open. It's open.
I mean, like, there's so many things that are half finished on that. Like,
Poor
wow.
Riker gets zapped every time he goes near it.
Well, that's why I don't want to put it underneath because I'm scared he's going to zap himself underneath. So, getting back, Bell ripples like Bell.
Oh,
Getting-
no.
Getting back to so that was cool. I mean, I just did it fast, and it was interesting to see that the motor actually warmed up to like 40 degrees Celsius. I was like, wow, that's pretty hot. I didn't think they got that hot. Joe, I the science guy.
I like that one.
You gotta stop that. I'm telling you, you're gonna make a
Yeah, okay, we'll start a segment and I'll do
New
weird things.
segment. Go for it.
I'll hook two motors up to right before my brains and see if I can get electrical signals out of my head out of using a lemon or something.
You could start doing a potato car. You know, like that potato experiment that they did
Yeah.
in school. Now you can get a potato slot car.
That's
See,
true.
it will run the motor. Right.
Oh, thanks, G Money. No, so going back to the talking about the power supply, I put down the voltmeter. I managed to get it to work actually, my voltmeter, which is nice. So a Carrera track on digital mode, 14.8 volts at maximum speed. When you set it to allow the maximum voltage to go out, will only give you 13.7 volts. So it's actually there's only 13.4, 13.7, I forget what it was, that actually goes around the track. So the track is always charged, right? It always has voltage to the
Yeah.
track.
Yep.
And then the speed will actually vary it down. And then we did a test at speed 3 specifically that it's giving you 7 volts. Now, when I had switched to analog mode because I was having an issue with my track in the back end, I have a double switch lane, and I noticed the cars actually sputter when they go over it, but they don't sputter as much on my other switch lane. So anyway, so I went to the back. I said, okay, maybe my jumpers are bad, so I'm just testing the jumpers back and forth to make sure I'm getting the same voltage from the front of the track to the end of the track, and everything was fine. And then that got me thinking. Once I was in analog mode, I realized I'm like, well, wait a minute, I'm not getting the full 12 volts, right? Because when you have that analog switch box, it was actually giving me less volts. I was actually getting something like 11 or 10.9, so it was just under. And I'm like, huh. I'm like, okay. So then I managed to so in digital mode, I understand that it's giving you a little bit less. And then when you switch, my power supply switches to 18 when I want to do 124s. So you got 18 volts for digital at 124, but it's not actually giving you 18 volts. It's giving you 17 point something. The same ratio as 14.8 gives you 13 on something. But I'm like, okay, digital is fine because the chip is controlling it, so I don't care. As long as the power supply is giving what Carrera brick is actually giving, I'm happy with that. It's fine. However, those of you, this is the question. I know a lot of talking. This is the question. Um, those of you who have the switch box in analog mode, I am expecting the track at maximum pull, right? At max.
Nobody's listening anymore. Everybody's just watching and coming up with goofy things. Sorry, dude. You lost us. You lost everyone.
I'm getting to my point. Barry, what the?
That's the problem. Is I think like you're talking and you have this thing, but we all hear whoa, 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 whoa temperature, bro. Whoa,
The
voltage.
switch box.
Like,
The switch box.
whoa, wires to my head.
The switch box. This. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore.
Yeah, I
The
know. We don't
switch box.
either.
We don't know either.
We don't
I'm
either.
The
sorry,
check
dude.
box. The
I
switch
don't know
box.
what you're.
When I
I,
put the voltage
I
down,
still don't understand what you're trying to do. Like, can
the
you explain to me what you're trying to do, please? Are you trying to see whether your silicone tires warm up or your urethane tires warm up?
Forget
What
about
are you
that. Forget about
doing?
that. That thing was just to see how many laps it took, and it's 50 laps on my
Is
track.
that difference between silicone running on your track or urethane running on your
I have
track
to
and the
do it now
temperature
because everybody. It
differences?
was a 3 minute. That's all I
That
had.
that
3
means
minutes.
your experiment is flawed because, sir, we don't know.
It
So could
wasn't
you?
an experiment.
And
I just wanted
also,
to see how long.
also, can you tell us the
It's a test.
temperature in your environment?
20
Also,
degrees.
your humidity in the environment, because all of this affects everything. Also, how much moisture and condensation was actually available to your track? No, sorry.
Let's move on.
I succeeded. 50 laps warms up the tires. Done. Anyways, back to my other point. The switch box. Those of you who have the switch
Oh,
boxes,
God.
when I put down the voltmeter and I set it to 12 in analog mode, I should be able to get 12 volts at full throttle. I was not getting 12 volts at full throttle. So I had to actually up my power supply to 13.2 volts in order to get 12 volts constant on the pull. I'm just asking if anybody's come across this as well. No?
You
Okay.
know, everyone has come across this,
I
Joe.
think that's how it works.
Like that's how it works.
There's chips in
It's
the box.
something called resistance. You understand, right? I is V is equal to
I'm
I
out.
times R. R is the resistance factor. There's a resistance
I'm out.
factor through.
Isn't that what you do for a living, Joe?
I'm going. Shh.
All right, look at
Turn
this.
me.
Marty just answered for. Yeah, Marty's here to support you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You will not get
finally,
12 at the rails.
uh,
Okay.
the guy who's got your back is here, bro.
Yeah. Thank you, Marty. So I just realized this because I never thought about it. I just figured, hey, switch it over because I was switching at the 15 mark. I was like, well, I'm not going to put my power supply at 12 volts. I'm going to keep it at 15 and then just do the analog switch. And I'm like, well, I have the power supply. Let me give my cars what they want at 12 volts. So I just figured it out. It's 13.2. I don't know if that translates to any of you guys. 13.2 volts gets you exactly 12 volts at the rails. Because if I'm
You
not
try
mistaken,
different cars.
I think that's a new T-shirt. Just give the cars what they want.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to give the cars what they want.
You gotta put the good fuel, bro. Just like you put high end
It's a
fuel, you gotta give
volt,
them
dude. Like it's
the volt.
one volt.
Yeah, but are you cleaning your track? Do you guys have a volt cleaner? I have a volt. You want to see my volt cleaning?
Oh my god,
list?
just keep quiet already.
Because
That's
the
enough.
sine waves of
That's
volts are
enough.
different and dirty. You know this,
Enough.
right? And everyone has.
Stop. Stop it already. Stop
Got
it.
the
Uh,
I'm
tinfoil
pretty sure
hat on
people
now.
in this chat that really want to hear about this, but I say tune in to Joe the Science Guy's session for this kind of information. Not
Joe, I the
Saturday morning tunes. We're not doing this on Saturday morning tunes.
That's what it is. It's called cartoons. We tune the cars, we tune the tracks. That's the whole point of the show that we never talk about.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, that was a play on words because
Yeah.
it's Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It just worked well.
Uh
You've been
oh, here
trying to
goes
do this
Marty.
tuning for me all the time.
Marty's non-schematic answers are coming out now.
Yeah. No, I understand that. I actually never tested it. I just assumed that by putting 12 volts to my power supply that the box would switch, and I just wanted to see for myself, and I learned for myself that I'm not actually getting 12 volts to the rails, because then it's and that's my question to the analog guys who are doing straight analog, and you should know this too. When you actually put power supply to the track without the digital, forget about the digital system. You're actually just putting 12 volts, right? Minimum for the 12 volt cars, then you just turn it down when you want to adjust it. But normally you just give 12 volts straight. So that's what I want on my track.
I was around 15 volts anyway.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
And I have variable power supplies for each of my tracks independently.
But when you use the
I like to run 35 volts on my
yeah,
on
the
my
faster the
35.
better, right, Joe? Right, Pete?
Yeah.
Like I want to see my
three
motor-
laps and then that
I want
car
to see
goes
my
in the
car
trash.
smoking after
Yeah.
the top of that track.
3
Like,
laps
literally
and that car goes in
smoking.
the trash. Get a new one.
Wasn't it,
As far as
wasn't it the other, I don't even need 15 volts to catch my cars on
as
fire.
far as I know, you're the only other
Yeah,
person
you-
who hurt the car.
The other day,
The other day when we were on a we were talking.
I'm
You're like,
like,
oh man, it's on
I'm
fire.
like, why is there smoke coming out of this thing? And it's like,
You're like, we're doing something wrong. This experiment isn't going well because I didn't cause any smoke.
This is Riker.
come
Riker's
here,
coming.
puppy. He's been crying at the door. Come on.
Oh, I know. He came down. He hears the yelling.
I know. Here's the yelling. Say hi to everybody.
He says,
I'm not
calm
yelling at
down,
anybody.
Dad.
It's just Uncle Raul being a pain like usual. Where's your good boy? Mwah.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
You good? Go see mommy. I'm okay. Everything's fine. Thank you. Thank you. Go see mommy. He's scared of the trash.
Gotta have his dog come ring the bell for him. I see how it is. All right.
I love my puppy. My baby.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks, Pete. Cool dog. Yeah. So, spring is coming soon, and that's going to be taking up a lot of my time. Hunting and training with the dog is going to be taking up a lot of that time. So yeah, I'm trying to get in as many videos as possible, as many scientific experiments as possible. Thanks, Mark. And that's it. And then, that's how we're going to do it. Hats back forward. I'm back with it.
Oh, is that where
Great, but thanks.
it's
Guys.
forward? Yeah.
All right. Anyways,
When
whatever.
you're getting serious, as you turn the hat around. Okay.
I'm back, guys.
Okay.
Marty, I hope your vocals are feeling better. I hope your throat irritation is gone. We're feeling better too. Marty was a trooper. I mean, on Tuesday, we had a text back and forth, and he was saying how he wasn't feeling well, and he still did a Tuesday live, which was really great to have George and Dave on talking about their resin and what they're bringing to the hobby. And I really, really hope that I can get a chance to test out one of his resin cars. I know you guys are worried about shipping it to Canada, but I'll pay for the shipping to get one of those creations on my track. I think it'll be pretty awesome. So I'll keep bugging George about that. If you guys didn't catch it, it was Marty's last Tuesday live. By all means, catch up. It was a really good one for the scratch build guys too. Yeah. What else we got? What else you guys got to throw at me?
Throw at you.
Yeah. Make fun of my ways.
Okay.
People are interested in how I do things, I think. No. Okay, they're not.
I think people are interested in shooting holes in your theories.
It wasn't a theory. I just wanted to see how
That's
many.
what keeps me around.
Never late. Never late, Dan. All good. All good, brother. Good run, by the way, for the GRL. Guys,
Oh yeah,
what?
how's GRL going?
Yeah, it's going really great. Mid-season, we've got Gene, who is first place, 130 points, 133. Mr. Tucci's in second place, right behind with 120 points. Jen is still holding on to third place with 90 points
There you go.
mid-season, so that's pretty awesome. Um, and yeah, and I think what we're gonna do now, I asked the guys to put their times in the public GRL on the Discord because people have been asking when can they follow. So right now we've got a Thursday Friday type of schedule. There's some guys who go on Thursday. There's some guys who go on Friday. I will post that in the GRL public chat, and Jen and I obviously go on Mondays, and that's the schedule for now. Sometimes there's someone who has to do Saturday, but the normal scheduling, if you guys want to pay attention to that, is the Thursdays and Fridays, and I will post their links in the public so you guys can start subscribing and following along. For those of you who are interested in seeing people stress out on a small track, like me and Jen do on Monday nights. So really appreciate
GTYs
it.
are done though, right? GTYs are done.
Yeah. Well, for this round, there another two more heats with them. Round 3 and round 4, GTYs are back in action. I think I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and buy some silicones for this car because this car c'est la vidange, and as we say in French, c'est fait pour la poubelle, meaning it's meant for the garbage. Where's Harry? Harry can.
Hey, take it easy there. I like the GTY.
I know it's a beautiful car. It's a beautiful.
That's
beautiful
my car. I want it back.
You will get it back,
Yeah.
maybe.
Make sure it comes back.
It's brand new. Look at that, uncracked and all.
Yeah. Let's keep it that way.
I'll trade you this car for a kit, for a axle kit.
He's gonna trade you your own car.
Yeah, I know. I was like, well, what?
What?
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
Just how you lent me this car, just lend me an axle kit or 7.
Explain to me again how this works.
I give you back your car. You lend me 7 axle kits.
7 axle kits. No, no, I'm keeping those axle kits.
For what reason?
I don't know, nostalgia. Maybe all the cars that we put out as rentals will have upgraded rear ends.
There you go.
Beautiful, no? I can do this.
Just so you can have them.
I have a
Exactly.
45 of these kits. I might as well use
Oh
them.
my god.
It was funny. I pulled out a bag and it was all of these guides, slot invasion guides. It's funny because I have all these slot invasion stickers all over the place here
Yeah.
because I was cleaning up. And I pulled out a bag and I was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "It's all red." And I emptied it. It was all slot invasion guides. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot. I ordered them in droves."
Just in case.
In case.
So like, okay, I was like, "Mass, we're gonna bring all this. I'm gonna bring all these guides to the next track event." Because, we can upgrade all the guides and stuff.
Raul has a bowl. When you come into his house, it's a bowl. You know, like, people have candy bowls. He's like, yeah, here, have a guide. You just put your hand in your own. Thanks for the guide. Walk out.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, Dan says the GTYs are 33 brainwaves. So everyone's saying they love their GTYs. Guys, you're better drivers than us because these things, Jen and I hate them on the GRL
I
track.
like how they look. I've never bought one because most people that I have heard said they don't like them.
Well, they have the new
new ones are-
Mustang coming out this year,
Yeah.
right? So,
Right, that's why. Well, and once I found that, I was like, okay, I can hold off.
They're beautiful. I mean, don't
I
get me
mean,
wrong.
nobody gives Mopar any love, so
No.
Yeah.
still waiting.
I mean, I still won't run any Fords on my track. I mean, that's just not going to happen. But no matter how pretty they are, but that's just me.
I mean, there's a reason.
Yeah, there's so many things I could say about that. But
Yeah, I am not even going there because
Yeah.
you just set that one up so hot. Like you just set that one up so I could crank it. But
You're gonna compare Ford. Ford's gonna race against my Porsche,
you're still going there. Like, why are you going there?
against my Ferrari.
You know what,
It's not realistic.
bro? Nothing against you is realistic. We already talked about this. Like, if Jen was saying these things, I'd be more taking it seriously. But you, no.
So, Harry, have you tested with a voltmeter your track, your analog track? Are you getting 12 volts to the rails?
What? You're back to this, and you're asking?
No one answered my question. Bob's saying he's got a GTY that can hang with the GT3s. Okay.
All right. They're even better if you fill the divots in the wheels.
Yeah, no, it's true. I just ground mine down, and then I could use a smaller. I could use another tire. I think with a Lamborghini tire, and I put it back onto the wheel. Because if you grind down the wheel of the GTY, then you can actually put the smaller tire on it. It's a lot more fun.
Yeah, or just put silicones and fixes all your problems.
You know, that's for a science guy. You take the easy way out a lot, don't you?
It's because it's science. Silicone sticks to plastic better than
And
rubber.
it's unnatural and it's not healthy.
science.
I just don't want to talk about it. It makes me disgusted.
Hello, everybody.
Stop it.
I just want to let you know that that's real science.
It's not.
Anyway, Harry says, "No, Joe, I don't need to know."
Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you. That's the kind of
Neither
what
do
we're
I.
doing.
Anyway,
And in French, we say, ça c'est la bullshit. Hein? Okay. That's what we say. C'est la vraie bullshit.
so what else do you guys have planned for your slot car adventures this week coming up? The rest of
Got some experiments we're working on. I'm working on.
so you got some new cars, right, Joe? Right,
yeah.
Joe?
Why would you?
There's moderators getting upset.
Okay. So
'Cause, I got new cars too.
yeah, why don't you show your new car? Well, I got a new car for Jen. So hold on, I got a story.
Here we go.
Jen, the instigator that she is, comes to me and says, "Hey, do you like this car?" And she shows me on her phone. It's on her Facebook, and I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, that's a 488 red Ferrari in 124, the one with the I don't know if it's the lizard or the alligator teeth, whatever. Very rare. And she's like, "Hey, this guy is from down to 200. He's selling this car for $80. It's 124. He's in the area, well, sort of like an hour away." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's cool." And I'm like, "Yeah, sure. How much do you want?" And she's like, "Well, he's asking 80." I'm like, "Ask 60." Right? 200 to, I mean, the car's worth $200. It's rare, whatever. Fine, I get it. But, he's asking 80 now, so he must be desperate to sell. It's got a broken wing. I go, offer him 60. He's not going to accept 60. He accepted it. So I'm getting another 124 car that Jen showed me. I wasn't looking for it. She showed me, and I said, "Hey, for $60, I'll drive the hour to go pick it up." So next week, that's what I got going on. Then I had an opportunity. So I went to Pierre's place, the guy where we got all those other slot cars from, and he was very happy, and he saw the video I made for him, and he was very, very touched. And he had these two MR slot cars, and he goes to me, he goes, "You like McLarens?" I go, "Yeah, I like McLarens." He goes, "Do you like this car that's modified?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's a very nice car." And he gifted it to me. He gifted me two racing pair cars. Honest truth. And don't fall. And one of them is this car here, the McLaren MR slot car, and beautiful in purple. And I thought it was perfect for Jen. So now I got to make some stickers. Or if Raul, because you're good at it, this is a car meant for IROC series. So all these stickers were put on by somebody. And Jen's like, "It would be really great if I could get Ripple across this car." And so that's what we're going to do. That's how we're going to soup it up. And I have a yellow one with a fleur-de-lis on it, which is really nice.
Should probably get a wheel on it first.
Yeah, well, it's because I've been testing.
I think you're missing the wheel.
I know. I took it off. But hold on. I want to show you guys something. Something that I didn't realize. I learned something about this car just now about, as I was cleaning it up. The front wheels have these nice, well, it's got just a gasket on it, right? Front wheels just have a gasket, which is nice. But there was something I was noticing, and I'm like, wait a minute. How is this wheel turning without the other wheel turning? Well, it's hard to see.
Have a diff?
The guy, I was like, wait a minute, it's missing a set screw. And I'm like, they're independent. And I've never seen this before, nor have I ever thought about it. He glued the cap on there. So these wheels turn independently of each other. And I'm like, I've never seen that. So I'm very new to this. So I thought that was a very ingenious way of doing it. These look like CB wheels.
Oh, and, yeah. I understand what he did.
So yeah, so he basically, this wheel turns with the axle. So the whole axle is turning. Sorry. Yeah. The whole axle is turning with this wheel, but this wheel here, he just glued, it looks like a piece of metal. I don't think he welded it. He just glued a piece of metal to the cap, so he capped it, and so that it doesn't come off, but it turns independently of the of the axle itself, and I was like, that's pretty smart. I'm like, that's pretty smart
Next level.
for me, anyways. So
That's
you,
also very dedicated.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and there's
Sounds
even
like a
a
joke.
polarity switch. The guy installed a polarity switch on here. I'm like, okay, cool. So yeah, and anyways, that's what I noticed. So yeah, that's two, and the next slot car we're getting, this one and
Are
a
you
yellow.
gonna show on the next Joe the Science Guy? Are you gonna show us what the benefits are of having an independent spinning wheel on one side and a solid wheel with the axle on the other?
Well,
Is that something we can look forward to in the next?
Yeah, I don't want to see it though if you don't give me a temperature reading while you're doing it.
We want temperature reading.
I want
we
an
want
IR
environmental-
input. Yeah.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
heat map of the entire track while you're doing the experiment.
look, the angle when you're driving, the angle of the dangle divided by the hypotenuse of the equilateral equilibrium always equivalates to the right amount of force lateral to the horizontal voltage that is degraded by the resistance of the universe.
It's
Actually,
funny
I
that
think this
you're-
should become
you're-
a segment.
No,
You know,
it's funny. You're intentionally talking gibberish, but that's what we really hear all the time. Like that's what we hear. That's like the translator.
Where's
It's like,
my
now
bell?
you're
Where's
now
my
you hear
bell?
what you sound
I
like.
love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's amazing. I think we need to make this a segment on every Saturday morning
Yeah.
tunes. It's like Joe the Science Guy's take today.
Go
like,
I the science
yeah.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
done.
The angle of the dangle. That's it. We'll call it that.
Yeah,
Angle the dangle.
there you go.
man.
Funny.
Yeah, Bob and Marty are having a
So
good
okay.
time. One calibration test of the testing equipment before validation. Yeah, I'll look at it. That's calibrated. Oh, you guys are killing me. You guys are killing me.
We'll just,
Yeah, that's it. So that. What about your slot car? You said you want to show us some new slot cars. What did you get?
Talk to
Get
you.
up,
I mean,
man.
I didn't get any new ones.
No, Raul said he goes, he had a slot car, and then I interrupted him because he threw me under the bus. That collection behind Raul is so impressive, and he's got a nice mix of. Oh, it's not just one car; it's a bunch of cars.
Of course not. He doesn't
How
buy
many
anything at
of the
once.
Valentino Rossi cars did you buy out? Raul is the reason why we're paying so much for our cars.
sorry.
You're the reason why we're paying so much for our cars.
Why?
Why?
Because you're buying them all.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, that's on my list.
Whoa.
It's on my list.
This is all 124s.
She's pretty.
Yeah. Jen likes the blue Revell one. That was another car she showed me the other day. She's like, "You like this car?" I'm like, "No, not really the blue one." She's like, "I like it." I'm like, "Okay, well, I'll get it for you." Yep.
I've seen that one.
The Audi. Nice. Nice.
Oh. We lost him. He's frozen.
It's good. Perfect. Fine. Anyways, we can continue the show.
Good timing. All right, there we go. Wrap it up.
Raul classically breaks the internet. Short his collection. You guys can't handle it. Raul, what's going on?
Here, I'm gonna try to. Let's see if this does anything.
Refresh him.
Nope.
I mean, he might have lost it. It's really windy here today. I'm surprised. Oh,
There he is.
Okay, good.
Oh. Oh.
Nope.
Hmm.
Okay.
There he is.
There he is. Okay.
There he is. Oh, now we can't hear him either.
Can't hear me?
There you go. It takes a second. Yeah.
Yeah, now, yeah, we got you now.
Yeah, it said even the internet doesn't want me to show you cars. Yeah,
You broke the internet again.
I broke the internet.
So
Yeah,
the last.
I just got both the Valentino Rossi ones, so.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
I like that Skechers one.
But these ones, I'm actually going to shoot them, so videos will be coming.
Cool.
Nice. Very cool.
Cool.
Lots of slow motion, if you guys are into that.
I'm waiting for the. The Valentino Rossi in in 132
I have the 132 already of the Audi.
of the
Yeah.
Audi. Yeah, but I want the Beamer because that's the one of his racing colors, the royal blue and the yellow, the fluorescent yellow. So
Yeah.
for me, that's the more important of the car. And, but it's cool. 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 Guys,
I think we're there.
we're there. We're at that
I
hour
think we're
mark.
there.
I want to thank everybody for hanging
Yeah.
out.
Thanks for showing up on our odd schedule switch. Appreciate everybody. Great turnout. Great chat going on. Thanks Raul and Joe as usual for joining me and covering for me last week when I was busy. But yeah,
Absolutely, brother.
been-
So it's not next week we're on. We're on in 2 weeks from now, right?
correct. Correct. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
back to the every other week.
So
Back to
before
you,
we
bro.
sign out tonight, Pete, I think tonight, later today or tonight for us, 2:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Pete's doing his show, and yeah, it's a tribute to Pat. So
Pat tribute. Yep.
if you guys can be there
Set
for
your
that,
alarms.
that'd be awesome. I'm gonna do my best to be there. Actually, I will be there, so that'd be fun. Yeah,
Of course.
and
Is there an after show on Discord? Yeah, I can jump on. I'll go get some breakfast. I'll jump on. I'll jump on Discord after.
excellent. Yeah, thanks a lot for having me here again.
Yeah. Good week.
You're
Good
part
show.
of the show. Thank you. What do you mean? Thank you. you're the show, dude.
You're the third
It's the three of
amigo.
us. It's the three of us
Yeah.
now. Did you not notice in my thumbnail that I put you in there? Snuck you in the middle between me and Pete.
Oh no, I didn't notice.
Oh, okay. Because my thumbnail now, because it shows the picture of Herrera's Carrera and Show Me Slot Cars from the garages, and I took your logo and I stuck you right in the middle, and it's Pete, Joe, and Raul, and that's what it is.
There
I
we
think
go.
is that the. I should do it probably alphabetical. No. What's the proper? What's the marketing? Pete, you're the
Oh,
marketing guy.
Pete, before, and I know I've never asked of you anything, but your garages, do they
Yeah.
fit 124s?
Yes.
They do,
Yeah.
and they can close, cause the Carrera ones don't.
Yeah. I have one. I'll test. You can't I mean, it's big, but they'll go in there and the doors will open. The door is not technically wide enough that it wouldn't actually drive out of there, but they fit in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we want because when we run 124s, we want to put the garages with the 124 cars in them. We can't fit that with the
Oh
Carrera.
my god, that would be such a
I'll check.
showpiece. People coming, be like, "Where are the cars?" Click, click.
Yeah, I wanted to do something like that. So anyway,
love
let's
it.
talk
Yeah.
about that offline.
Yeah, we'll check.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Send me a note.
All right, brother.
Guys,
Looking forward to Pete's. That's tomorrow morning for you in that part of the world. It's middle of the night for the rest of us over here in this part of the world. But thanks everybody for
Yeah.
coming. Thanks for switching up with the schedules with us. But yeah, I think we're out.
appreciate it.
Y'all have a great
You guys
day.
Have a great weekend.
Enjoy
God
it. We'll
bless.
see you soon.